Hi, I wanted to come on here today and talk about the twin flame waves and cycles that are happening on this journey and kind of break it down for you and to explain how these work and what it looks like and all of that good stuff. So first of all, when we're talking about a twin flame wave, what we're talking about here is a group of collective individuals or pairs of twins that are on a particular wave, as they are called. And there's a good reason it's called a wave. It very much resembles the motion of a wave. These collective pairs of twin flames that are coming in as a wave together, because it's a group that is coming together, these are happening in 7-year cycles. Now, within that cycle, okay, it's not exact, right? It's not going to be exactly 7 years, because with the motion of a wave, there's different parts of the wave, okay? So there is the part that's at the back, and then there's the part that's up at the curling point that's creating the wave up at the tip. So there's different parts, and so we can be catching this wave at sort of different parts. So that could be coming in with the previous wave, or the next one coming up. So there's definitely leeway. Okay, so it could be happening a couple years before or a couple years after this sort of 7-year period that they are coming in as a group. And like I said, it's because of this motion of the wave that there are different parts of the wave, that some are a little bit further back and some is up ahead. And so that's how they work, basically. And they also, because if we think of an ocean, right, the waves aren't really separate, are they? They are connected to this greater body of water, basically. But as these waves come in, they are still somewhat connected to the other part of the ocean, basically. So we had a really big wave that came in the year 2020. We all know that. There was a massive awakening. Lots of people were meeting their twins then and getting connected or reconnected, because this is another part, is that you can be on multiple waves. If you have been on the journey for a long time, you can have experience with multiple waves. So I'm using 2020 as sort of a marker because that was the most obvious one, although there were definitely some other ones that were obvious as well. But I just want to use this one as a marking point on our timeline here. So if we go and start, like I said, at 2020, and then we take away 7 from that, we got 2013. Again, taking away 7, we got 2006. Then we go back even further, we've got 1999, which is when I met my twin. Then we have the year 1992. We can go back to 1985, 1978, that's when I was born. And then also if we jump ahead, so from 2020, the next one we can calculate to come in roughly, remember there's leeway, to be 2027, the next one after that, 2034, and 2041, and then 2048, and 2055, and 2062. Now remember, there's going to be leeway within these, and so we're going to see stuff happening before that. So it's within these sort of time frames that twin flames as a group would have come in around those times in that sort of timeline that I'm showing you here. And another thing about these waves is that they get bigger and bigger, okay? So those of us that met our twins, further back in an earlier wave, there were less numbers in that collective. So it was smaller numbers. It's escalating. Every wave gets bigger and bigger. The energy increases. The more twins that come into these waves that meet each other as well, it creates bigger energy. So the wave is getting bigger and more people are on that wave now, because we have not only the people that have been on the journey longer, but we have the new people coming in, right? They're coming in and it creates more energy. So the reason that these cycles are happening within a 7-year cycle is because, God, the universe, it's mathematical, okay? Everything is sort of set in motion. It has order, natural order to it, just like everything that's set up in the cosmos. We know this, right? We know that the seasons have an order to it. We know that the sun and the moon and the planets all have order to them through magnetism and different natural forces that were created. The cycle of 7 is quite a significant number here, okay, for many reasons. So we have 7 days of the week, we have 7 planets, we have 7 chakras, and it takes 7 years for all of the cells in your body to fully regenerate themselves and become a new cell, making you a whole new person every 7 years as well. So this is how we can calculate these, and also we can see it because it's something that's there, it's present, right? We can see the pattern, right? We got to look for the patterns in these things. So we know that the next big wave of twin flames, this collective energy that's going to come and push twin flames together or back together and start to move it even more forward, that's going to be happening roughly around 2027, which is perfectly in alignment with the union timeline video that I made, which I will link that in the description box below, where I talk about how we've got the divine masculine being worked on right now within these next couple of years, right? So we've got this year 24, the next year 25, which is the year of the snake, also is going to be a big emphasis on the masculine energy in general, whether you're a feminine or a masculine. But of course, if you're in the masculine energy predominantly, it's going to really be a major focus. There's a lot going on for them. They're kind of having their dark nights of the soul. They're having their awakenings. And as we move out of that period, which is the year 2026, okay, that is the year of the horse. And that is going to be cusping, right? It's cusping this 7-year cycle. So it's so perfectly aligned, right? It's so perfectly aligned. So what we can see, 2026, that's going to be a big year. Okay, it really is. It's going to be the beginning of the wave, basically, right? Because we said there's leeway and there's different parts of the wave where people are catching that wave at different sort of times. It will start in 2026 when this next wave sort of comes in, and even into 2025, right? So again, there's kind of like, I would say, a 2-year period on either end of these 7-year cycles where it's kind of like it's still getting picked up, right? It's getting, some of these people that are going to be at the tip of the wave, they get picked up a little bit quicker, right? They get picked up a little bit sooner into that wave. And again, like I said, it's not all exactly everybody exactly at the same time. There is this leeway and there's different parts of the wave, right? People at the back, people at the front, that sort of thing. So like I'm saying, that one is going to be a very big, massive wave, because what's happening is, because we're in this quickening, okay, we're in a quickening time right now, and we have a large group of twins that are going through the union process, right? It takes time, like I say, it's not like, you know, it takes more time than people realize, basically. And so we're going through that. We've got these masculines being worked on heavily. You know, they're being put through the fire right now, okay? And once we get through that and these masculines go fully through their process, step into their power, because I talk about in another video about a large group of masculines stepping into their power. I can also leave that video linked down below if you want to check that one out. But basically, once these masculines do this, it's like literally the return of Christ consciousness on this planet, and it's going to blast open a massive portal for a huge wave to come in. And that's what we're literally in the process of right now. We're in the process of this large group of masculines going through their awakening, stepping into their power. They're getting charged up from the sun. They're not quite there yet because we're only just kind of starting this process since the beginning of this year in March. That's when I predicted that would be a marking point. That's the beginning of this year of the dragon, next is year of the snake. And so as they go through this process, they will eventually step into their power. Right now, they're still in fear. They're still clinging to the life that they had, right? They're clinging to that, but they won't be able to. They go through a very intense process, more intense than the feminines, because they've been holding on, right? They've been holding on, and they've got more dense energy to deal with, you know, a lot of really heavy energy that they've got to work through. They've got to move through that, and the divine is definitely pushing them. But once they do this and they step into their power, it's the return of Christ consciousness, and it's going to be incredibly powerful. And this is going to blast open a massive energetic doorway or a portal for a huge wave of more twins to come through, for more people to awaken like you've never seen it before. This is like really going to bring in these massive timeline shifts, new earth being really, really solidified, and just, you know, we're going to really start to see the unfoldment of peace on earth. Okay, it's going to start really, really starting to look that way even more. And in this time as well, as the masculines are going through that, the divine feminines should be really focusing on manifesting, right? Because we are the co-creators of new earth. And so we should be focused on manifesting a beautiful life, right? Learning how to be a very powerful manifester. This is what we are meant to be doing, manifesting. We are the ones who actually birth in the new earth through our manifesting. This is the divine feminine's role, to be a powerful master manifester, but that is a whole nother journey. It's a whole nother journey that needs to begin for the feminine, so that we can begin to birth in this new earth. And when I say birth, I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about learning to create with your mind rather than using the physical body as a means to create things by doing things. That's the masculine energy. The feminine goes within and manifests it within. That's what we have to learn how to do. And that's what we should be doing in this time as the masculines are going through their process. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and finish off here. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.